クイックラジオ大阪いざ一新
Obie's Daily Radio Osaka!
Hi everyone, welcome to Obie's Daily Radio Osaka. I'm Haru.
And I'm Obie! Happy Friday, Kansai! Good to have you along for another one.
Okay, so today is May 15th, which, fun fact, is actually a kind of milestone day in Japan's literary history. We'll get to that.
Wait, literary history? Bold opener, Haru.
I contain multitudes. But first, today's lineup is genuinely good. So we've got a live radio segment that went completely off the rails in the best way possible.
Already sold.
Osaka's new bicycle fine system, and what it says about this city's very specific relationship with traffic lights.
I feel like I can already guess where this is going.
You can, and you'd be right. We've also got a story about the most Osaka thing currently happening at Shinosaka Station, a shortage that could actually affect how people give gifts this summer, a candy craze that's taken over every schoolyard in the country.
What kind of candy are we talking?
The collectible sticker kind. We'll explain. And finally, a former pop star's secret, undercover, completely solo trips to meet a wombat.
A wombat? That is so specific. I love it already.
Friday's a good day for wombat stories. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's kick off with what might be one of the most chaotic things to happen on live Japanese radio this week. On yesterday's OBC broadcast, there was a live segment from Benten. That's a neighborhood here in Osaka, where a reporter was out interviewing people on the street.
Oh, one of those man-on-the-street interview things?
Exactly. And at some point, a high school student, a third-year senior, right in the middle of exam season, ends up on the microphone.
In the middle of exam season? That's brave!
And then, I'm not entirely sure how, the situation escalates, and suddenly there's a spontaneous, unrehearsed, very loud group sing-along happening in the middle of Benten on live radio with complete strangers.
Okay, that sounds incredible. Like, genuinely incredible.
It sounds incredible until you're the one running the segment. Because when the host got back to the studio, the immediate reaction was, and I'm paraphrasing here, "That was absolutely terrible. I am never doing that again."
Wait, so the host hated it?
Apparently, the on-the-ground experience of managing a spontaneous outdoor sing-along is very different from how it sounds on the radio.
I feel like that's true of a lot of things.
Here's the twist, though. Listeners loved it. The response was overwhelmingly positive. So the host's "never again" is basically going to be tested by popular demand.
That's the thing about live radio. Sometimes the best moments are the ones nobody planned. The host's suffering becomes everybody else's highlight.
That's actually a really astute observation for you, Obie.
I have my moments.
And I think what makes this particularly charming as a slice of Japanese radio culture is that live street segments like this, going out, stopping strangers, seeing what happens, are still a really beloved format here. The spontaneity is the point, even when it goes completely sideways.
And a high school senior who's supposed to be studying for entrance exams, somehow ending up at the center of a public sing-along in Benten. Honestly, iconic. Good luck on those exams, by the way.
Truly. Okay, from one kind of chaos to a more, let's say, officially sanctioned kind. So, Japan recently rolled out a new system. For the first time, cyclists can now be officially fined for traffic violations. It's called the soft ticket system. Small fines targeting things like running red lights, riding on sidewalks in restricted zones, that kind of thing.
Wait, cyclists weren't fined before?
Not in any systematic way, no. You could technically be cited, but it almost never happened. This is the first real nationwide enforcement push.
Okay, how's it going so far?
Nationwide, about 2,100 citations in the first few weeks, which sounds like a lot, but here's where it gets very Osaka.
Oh, I feel something coming.
Osaka alone accounted for 267 of those citations, out of 2,100 nationwide.
That's like 12% from one city?
And the breakdown gets even more specific. The most common violation in Osaka? Running red lights by a significant margin.
I mean, is anyone surprised? Is anyone in Osaka surprised?
Here's the thing, and I think this is a genuine cultural observation worth making. Osaka has a reputation in Japan for being a city where people are, let's say, practical about rules. Not lawless, just efficient.
Efficient. That's one way to put it.
If the light is red and there's nothing coming, some people here just go. And that's been the vibe for decades. Now there's a camera and a fine attached to it.
The light finally turned red on running red lights?
That is a terrible pun, and I'm keeping it.
Thank you.
For anyone cycling in Osaka, and there are a lot of you because Osaka is genuinely a cycling city, this is worth knowing. The fine system is active, it's real, and apparently Osaka is leading the country in citations. So maybe wait for the green light.
Radical idea.
Revolutionary. Now, this one is equal parts cultural history lesson and extremely practical Osaka food tip.
My favorite genre.
Did you know that May 16th, which is tomorrow, is officially designated as Travel Day in Japan?
Travel Day? Is that like a public holiday?
Not a holiday, but it's a commemorative day. It marks the date in 1689 when the poet Matsuo Basho set out from Edo, what's now Tokyo, on his famous journey through northern Japan. He wrote Oku no Hosomichi, the travel diary that became one of the most celebrated works in Japanese literature.
So a poet went on a very long walk and it became a national commemorative day?
A very long walk, yes, hundreds of kilometers on foot in 1689.
Respect.
Anyway, the Travel Day connection led into a conversation on the broadcast about ekiben, which, if you're new to Japan, ekiben are the bento box meals you buy at train stations, usually themed around local specialties. It's an entire culture. Some people travel just to collect them.
Oh, I've done this exactly once, and it was one of the best meals of my life.
Right? And one of the hosts mentioned that her personal favorite is from Kukuru, the famous takoyaki chain, which has a shop inside the Shinkansen gate area at Shin Osaka Station.
Inside the gate? Like past the ticket barrier?
Past the ticket barrier, so you can grab it right before you board your bullet train.
Okay, that is genius. What's in it?
2 tiers, one full of hot takoyaki, the other packed with taco meshi. That's octopus rice, sticky rice slow cooked with octopus until the whole thing absorbs the flavor. Takoyaki and octopus rice in the same box. This is everything. And it's served warm, which is where things get a little complicated.
Complicated how?
The host was asked, and I'm paraphrasing, "Isn't the sauce smell a problem for your fellow Shinkansen passengers?" And her answer was, "It's fine." Brief pause. I think.
That pause is doing a lot of work.
If you've ever been on a Shinkansen next to someone eating something very fragrant, you know the 551 Horai pork bun situation.
Oh, the pork buns. The smell travels.
It travels. So, practical tip for anyone passing through Shin Osaka, Kukuru's bento is apparently excellent. The etiquette question, I'll leave to your conscience.
My conscience says, eat the takoyaki.
Bold stance. Okay. Speaking of things that are running low this summer. All right, this next story is one of those where the connection seems completely random at first, but once you see it, it makes total sense.
I'm intrigued.
So, peaches. Summer in Japan is peach season, and peaches are one of the most popular high-end gifts you can give someone. Department stores fill up with these beautifully boxed peaches in June and July, individually wrapped, often in little cushioned nets, sometimes in elaborate printed boxes. It's a whole aesthetic.
I've seen these. They look incredible. Gift giving in Japan in general is just on another level.
It really is. And the reason each peach is individually wrapped in a little foam or bubble net, that protects the skin, keeps it from bruising, is completely functional as well as beautiful.
Okay, where does the random connection come in?
Naphtha. There's a global naphtha shortage.
Naphtha, the petroleum-derived thing?
Petroleum derivative, yes. It's the raw material for a lot of plastics, including the foam cushion nets and printed packaging sheets used for premium peach gift sets.
So a global oil-adjacent shortage is directly threatening the peach gift boxes?
The supply of packaging materials, the individual cushion wraps, the printed gift sheets, is getting tight. And this is hitting right before peak gifting season.
What does that mean, practically? Like, will there just be fewer gift peaches?
It could mean simpler packaging or shortfalls for some producers. The concern is specifically around the summer gift-giving window, roughly June through July, when peaches are one of the premium items people send to family, bosses, neighbors.
And if you're sending peaches as a gift in Japan, the presentation is part of the gift.
Completely. You're not just giving fruit, you're giving an experience. The box, the wrapping, the way it arrives at someone's door, all of that matters. And a shortage of the specific packaging materials threatens that whole thing.
This is the most Japanese supply chain story I've ever heard, and I mean that with complete respect.
I'll take that. Anyway, if you're planning on sending peaches as gifts this summer, maybe start shopping a bit earlier rather than later, and expect that presentation might look a little different from previous years.
The dedication to peach presentation in this country is something else.
It really is. All right, from a very serious peach problem to something considerably more lighthearted. So, this one requires a little setup, but stick with me. There's a candy brand in Japan called Bon Bon Drop. It's been around for decades. Classic dagashi. That's the old school Japanese penny candy you'd find at neighborhood candy shops. The kind that's been around since your grandparents were kids.
Oh, I know Dagashi! Those little shops are like shrines to childhood.
Exactly. Bon Bon Drop is that kind of candy. Fruity, colorful, been around forever. But recently, and seemingly out of nowhere, the stickers that come inside the packaging have gone completely viral.
The stickers that come with the candy?
The stickers. Kids are collecting them, trading them, filling up sticker albums. It has become, in the span of what sounds like just a few weeks or months, a full-on nationwide craze.
This is very nostalgia-core. Sticker trading is a universal childhood language.
And because the craze hit so hard, shops keep running out of stock. So you've got kids and parents and grandparents doing what one listener called the Bondoro Patrol.
A Bondoro Patrol?
Bondoro is shorthand for Bon Drop. And the patrol is exactly what it sounds like, going from shop to shop across multiple neighborhoods, trying to track down stock.
It's a quest! A noble quest for stickers.
One listener from Uji City, that's in Kyoto Prefecture, said her partner has fully committed to weekend Bondoro patrols, hitting convenience stores, stationery shops, 100-yen stores across the city.
And does the quest succeed?
Sometimes, when they find stock, it's a victory. When they don't, they come home empty-handed and try again next weekend.
The stakes of the Bondoro Patrol.
But here's the part of the story that really got me. One of the hosts mentioned that she told her daughter about this craze. The daughter lives in Japan, and the daughter had absolutely no idea what Bon Drop stickers were.
The daughter who lives in Japan didn't know?
Right. But then the same host mentioned a friend of her daughter who's based in Hawaii. She asked her the same question, "Do you know Bon Drop stickers?" And the answer came back immediately. "Of course I do."
The person in Hawaii knew and the person living in Japan didn't?
Which tells you something about how Japanese pop culture travels now. Through social media, through diaspora communities, things can become known abroad sometimes before they even register with people who are surrounded by them every day.
That's a genuinely interesting observation. The news of the craze moves faster internationally than it filters into domestic awareness.
Exactly. Anyway, if you want to join the Bondoro Patrol yourself, check your local stationery section or dagashi corner at a supermarket or convenience store. May take a few tries.
I'm doing this. I'm absolutely doing this.
You're going on a Bondoro Patrol.
I'm going on a Bondoro Patrol!
You'll report back. All right, from one surprise hit to another. Our final story today. And our final story today comes from Ikeda City, which is in the northern part of Osaka Prefecture. And I want to start with a question. How much do you know about wombats?
I know they're Australian, they're chunky, and they have cube-shaped... You know what? I love them.
Cube-shaped droppings, yes. Anyway, Ikeda City has a small zoo called Satsukiyama Zoo. It's been operating since 1957, and it has a notable connection to wombats. The zoo has had them since the 1960s, thanks to a sister city relationship with Launceston in Tasmania, Australia.
A sister city in Tasmania. That is a very specific and excellent friendship.
An excellent one. Now, former Nogizaka 46 member Yuki Yoda-san has been appointed as the official wombat ambassador for Ikeda City.
Former Nogizaka 46? That's one of the biggest idol groups in Japan.
One of the biggest, yes. And here's the backstory. Yuki Yoda-san wasn't approached because she's famous. She was approached because she had been coming to Satsukiyama Zoo quietly, on her own, repeatedly, just to see the wombats.
Wait, she was going undercover to see wombats?
Solo visits, not publicized, not for work, just she loves wombats. And she kept returning to this small zoo in Ikeda City to see them. At some point, Ikeda City found out and they asked if she'd be interested in becoming the official ambassador.
And she said yes!
She said yes, And apparently, since the announcement, the zoo has seen a noticeable increase in younger male visitors who are, fans, which is a demographic the zoo had not historically attracted.
The wombat to fan pipeline is real.
The wombat to fan pipeline is real. Ikeda City, by the way, is also the birthplace of Cup Noodle and the home base of Daihatsu. It's one of those cities that's full of firsts. And now it's the city of the Wombat Ambassador.
Yuki Yoda-san, secret wombat superfan, now official ambassador. I think this might be the most purely wholesome story we've covered.
It really is. And if you're in the area, Ikeda City is very accessible from central Osaka. Satsukiyama Zoo is free to enter. Apparently, the wombats are wonderful.
Free entry, wombats, former idol ambassadorship. Ikeda City is genuinely out here.
Ikeda City is genuinely out here. All right, let's wrap up. That's a wrap on today's Obie's Daily Radio Osaka. Thank you for spending part of your Friday with us. Today we had live broadcast chaos in Benten, Osaka's record-setting bicycle violation stats, an extremely fragrant Shinkansen bento tip, the summer peach packaging situation, a candy craze that turns out to be more famous in Hawaii than among some people living in Japan, and a former pop star's secret wombat visits becoming an official city ambassadorship.
What a Friday. Genuinely, what a Friday. Take care of yourselves out there, Kansai.
We'll be back next week. Until then, have a great weekend.